Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, we're taking a closer look at something a little different. A certified refurbished pair of Sony MDR-X10 over-ear headphones. Now, refurbished can sometimes be a gamble, but it's also a great way to snag a potentially awesome product at a lower price. So, the big question is, are these refurbished Sony MDR-X10s worth your money? Let's dive in and find out. Right out of the box, you can tell these aren't brand new. The description mentions limited or no wear, and in my case, there's minimal wear. A few light scuffs here and there, nothing major. Importantly, all the original accessories are included, which is a big plus. You also get a 90-day limited hardware warranty, providing some peace of mind with this refurbished purchase. These headphones are pretty classic Sony in terms of design. They're sleek, mostly black, and have that familiar over-ear style. They measure 7.0 inches by 3.5 inches by 5.0 inches, which gives you a sense of their size. They're not overly bulky, but they definitely have a presence. The ear cups are cushioned with foam, which feels decent enough, although I wouldn't say it's the most luxurious padding I've ever experienced. Comfort-wise, they're okay for shorter listening sessions, but I could see them becoming a bit less comfortable after a few hours. Now let's talk sound. These aren't noise-canceling headphones, relying instead on sound isolation. In a quiet environment, the sound isolation is adequate. It won't block out everything, but it does a decent job of minimizing external noise. However, in a noisy environment like a busy street or a crowded train, the sound isolation struggles a bit. You'll definitely hear the outside world. The audio quality itself is, well, it's decent. For a refurbished product at this price point, the sound is acceptable. The bass is present but not overpowering, the mids are clear, and the highs are generally crisp. However, they lack the richness and depth you might find in higher-end headphones. They're perfectly fine for casual listening, podcasts, or audiobooks, but audiophiles might want to look elsewhere. If you're primarily listening to genres like classical or jazz, where nuance is key, these might not fully satisfy. For pop, rock, or electronic music, they do a respectable job. One thing I noticed is that the soundstage isn't particularly wide. It feels a bit confined, lacking the spaciousness that some other headphones offer. This isn't a deal breaker, but it's something to be aware of. So, the final verdict. These refurbished Sony MDR-X10 headphones are a mixed bag. They're not perfect, but they offer decent sound quality at a potentially attractive price. If you're on a budget and looking for a basic pair of over-ear headphones for casual listening, these could be a viable option. Just keep in mind the limitations of the sound isolation and the overall sound quality. Make sure you factor in the refurbished aspect and the 90-day warranty. If you can find them at a good price and you're not expecting top-tier performance, they might be worth considering. However, if you're serious about your music and want a more immersive listening experience, you'll probably want to invest in something a bit more premium. As always, do your research and compare prices before making a decision. Thanks for watching.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.